What's poppin', people? Hope y'all doing good, man. Out here watching Oronde Gadsden, one of my favorite tight ends in this last year's draft, just tearing it up, man. The dude is a player, no doubt about it. I'm surprised he fell as much as he did, but Oronde Gadsden can play. But anyways, welcome to Open Mic Night, man. I used to do some of these in the off season, specifically around the draft. And I was just chilling upstairs and I was thinking, you know what, man, let's make this kind of a weekly thing maybe. We'll kind of see how the turnout is and everything. But really it's my opportunity to interact with all you guys in the comments, in the chat, and talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about, man. You want to talk about other teams, you want to talk about the Broncos specifically, you want to talk about the Avalanche opening game tonight, whatever it might be. I'm with it, man. I'm with it. So we'll chat it up. And until we start to kind of get some people get in here, it looks like we got some trickling in now. We can, like I said, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all want to talk about. But I'll start it off by really just trying to get a temperature check in terms of where we're at right now. As a football team for the Broncos, man, I think it's a really difficult team to rank in a way, right? Like I've never been so perplexed by anything in terms of just looking at how a team is. Obviously, you love the record. You're good with being 5-2, sitting atop of the AFC West now. But it's like, man, it's like the bad has been really bad, and the good has been really, really good. And then there's been just a lot of like boring and a bunch of things in between. It's been kind of wild. So crazy stuff. But my man Andy coming through. Instead of Rondé Gatson and Kyle Monangai have been cooking. Marky, we're too smart for our own good. Yeah, man, it's not. It's nice when guys that you really believe in the draft process start to show how good they are like early on. Does make you feel kind of good. Like sometimes, hey, trust your eyes and believe your eyes. Don't necessarily listen to like what the major outlets might be saying. Not to say that they don't know, but it is definitely justifying, man. It's good to see. Kyle Monangai looks great. I guess there's a lot of reports. His workload's been increasing every single week. Snap count. But you can just see something with him is really special. And then again, man, Oronde Gadsden I'm surprised it took him as long as it did to get going. I knew he was going to have a decently big game against the Broncos, and I guess that's really what got it started. And I thought maybe it was like the Quentin Johnson injury, the fact that they've been beat up, but that doesn't seem like it's the case because everyone's healthy and he's still out there just absolutely cooking. So sucks because he's with the Chargers, who by the way, they're new uniforms, not new uniforms. Those old school throwback like all navies, those are the ones, dude. Those look good. But yeah, it's unfortunate that he plays for the Chargers and definitely somebody that we could have gotten. And who cares if he can't block? Look what he can do. He's a freak. So it is nice, man. It is real nice. Would definitely love to have that kind of a player on our team. Honestly, man, Kyle Monangai and Oronde Gadsden would be just so welcome to this team, in my opinion. As the Broncos are currently constructed, I mean, Oronde Gadsden just is another weapon. Kyle Monangai would be such a good complement to what J.K. Dobbins is doing, what they're asking of R.J. Harvey. Like, you needed a powerful back to just run it and get tough yards and be good in pass pro. He's your guy. Tried to tell y'all, me and Andy been banging a table about Homeboy for a long time. So yeah, it's definitely fun to see it. It's definitely fun to see it. And guys, make sure you go sub to Andy's Substack. Man, he's one of the best draft content guys. It's a year-round thing for him. He doesn't just do it like myself when the draft comes around or when the season ends for the team. He is constantly. He knows everybody, every player, every team, who's good, who's not good. It's impressive. So definitely make sure you go show him some love there. No doubt about it. But yeah, man, I mean, this team is so confusing right now, because we go from every single week, it's the small details. It's really close. It's the small things. You fix the small things and you're going to be really, really good. And it still continues to kind of be like that. The self-inflicted wounds, the small details. But the question now is like, okay, we've given you guys enough time to be able to fix those things. And we haven't really seen any any improvement in the overall efficiency of this offense. So when is it going to happen? It's got to happen quickly. There's a rush along all of the other NFL teams of get better every single week. So teams are going to improve. And if you're not going to improve, teams are going to catch you. They're going to surpass you. You're going to be left behind. That's just kind of is what it is. Oh man, Cameron Dicker missed a kick. But anyways, so yeah, the Broncos need to get better, and they need to get better on special teams as well. It's so mind blowing that special teams is even something that's a week in week out problem. It's like I'll never understand why teams are not good at special teams, but yeah, it's got to get better. I'm not gonna spend a whole bunch of time on special teams, but I mean, give me a break. Got to be better there. I think Denver might get blown out of this game, and then everyone will talk about how they're fake. Well, Broncos country is real quick. They're real quick to flip. Everybody went from wanting to move on from Bo Nix and give play calling duties to Davis Webb to now Bo Nix is the real deal, and Sean's the GOAT for attacking Russell Wilson, throwing some shade at Russell Wilson after the game. So you see it all. I do personally believe the Broncos are probably going to lose this game to the Cowboys. That's kind of what I've been leaning all week about it, just kind of thinking about it, because for me, I think that our defense can, slow down Dallas to a point. I think Dallas is still going to get theirs. I mean, they're averaging 31 points a game. So, yeah, they're going to get theirs. I think the defense can hold them in check to a decent margin. And they're on the flip side, their defense is really, really bad, very bad. But our offense is so inconsistent. It's going to be one of those games where, like, unless the defense is having a very, very good game and keeping us in it, I don't know if we're just going to be able to show the consistency to be able to score enough points as needed. But that being said, man, I've never personally witnessed, unless you count when I was 2 years old, I've never personally witnessed the Cowboys beating the Broncos. So that would be a new thing. But again, could the Broncos win this game? Obviously, but I don't like the way that it's shaping up for us, because it's kind of one of those games where the offense needs to get theirs. They need to score quite a bit of points. At least that's what you think is the type of game is going to be. And if that's the case, I just don't have any confidence that we can do it on a consistent level. And I'm not going to sit there and keep hoping for these miraculous fourth quarter comebacks. It's just not realistic. Like, for example, the week after we play Houston, Houston's kind of the opposite right now of Dallas. Very, very good defense, kind of putrid on offense. You feel better against teams like that because you just kind of feel like, all right, we'll have a chance to be in it, and then we'll see what happens at the end. So that's what I'm going to say about that. But yeah, I think Computer Blue, you got a good point. Please use J.K. Dobbins on the goal line this game rather than gimmick plays. Yeah, I agree. I'm a proponent, man, that if you're inside the 3-yard line and it's first down, you should run the ball 3 times in a row, 4 times in a row even. Because if a team is stopping you on run plays 4 times in a row, that's just a problem that you have. So, yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't like the gimmicky plays. I don't like any of the trying to get cute. And it's crazy because, like, the plays that we ran for the 2-point conversions were phenomenal. Where were those at? So something about this team, man, is like once it clicks, man, does it ever click. And it almost seems like it takes just a lot of bumps in the road to be able to get to where they're wanting to go. But, I mean, shoot. It's amazing and it's fun to see what they're capable of doing, right? But it's also frustrating because it's like, why can't it be like that more consistently? Now, obviously, you're not talking about 33 points in a quarter. There's an anomaly. But just like the explosive plays, that really being able to do whatever it is that you want against the defense. At least have pockets of the game like that. That's all I'm asking for. I'm asking for an offense that scores 26, 27 points a game on average. That's it. 4 touchdowns. It's nothing crazy. They don't got to be historic, but they've got to be better, and they've got to be able to get into more of a rhythm. They also need to establish an identity. I know it's kind of a weird cliche thing that's asked a lot in the NFL, like what's your team's identity? And there's actually, if you think about it, there's actually a lot of teams in the NFL that don't really have an identity. It's kind of just like, we're better than y'all. But they've got a set of plays that they can revert to when things aren't going. That's what I want to see with the Broncos. But for me, man, this is the week. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, the Broncos should, with ease, run for 180 yards as a team against this Cowboys defense. I mean, we should be very, very efficient when it comes to running the ball. I'd like to see him run a little bit more with Bo Nix too. I think that's a really great weapon that we should tap back into and kind of utilize his legs to get things going. And maybe that helps get us into a rhythm, right? Get some first downs, get some confidence, get things going. But yeah, this is absolutely a team that we should be running the ball with ease on. And I'd love to see. I know J.K. Dobbins. We know what he can do. I think he can have a really big game. But I would really love to see R.J. Harvey pop off again as a rusher of the football. Right? I'd really like to see him kind of get it going. But yeah, man, utilize that three-headed monster. Utilize J.K. Dobbins. Utilize Bo Nix in the run game, and get R.J. Harvey some looks too. And let's get this run game cooking. Right now the Cowboys are giving up 141 yards per game on the ground, 260 in the air. They are dead last in the NFL in terms of total defense, giving up an average of 401 yards of offense against their defense. It's pretty crazy. The Bengals are second to last. They were 394, and I know the Broncos smashed them, but I don't know how much yards that they had. But again, it should be a game where this offense should be able to move the ball with ease, but they haven't given me that confidence quite yet, and that's kind of the concerning part, at least for me. But we'll see. We'll see how it ultimately plays out. Because I'm not just going to sit there and be like, oh, this is the week, this is the week. I've kind of been saying that for a while now, so I'm not going to get burnt on that no more about this is going to be the week. But we just got to go out there and do it, man. We've got the offensive line. I mean, we've got the talent. That's the thing that keeps me optimistic is that we've got the talent as a team. So there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to do better. And by the way, against the Bengals, we had 512 yards. It's pretty wild. Hey, from one mark to another. Oh, what up? Miller Time is a mark. It's a great name, man. Just want to show you some love. You rock, man. Thank you for all you do. Go Broncos. Hit the like button and subscribe. Bro, thank you. That really means a lot. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming in. No idea your name was Mark, so welcome to another Mark, and thank you for the love. This is always a fun hobby that I love to do, and I love the community that we've built. I mean, I've been able to get some very kind words from a bunch of people that I've never met before. I have no idea who they are, and that's the fun thing in this. And if you are passionate about anything, man, and sometimes you just feel like you just want to spill your thoughts somewhere, I would recommend going on YouTube and doing it. There's some wonderful people out there, no doubt about it. J.K. Dobbins versus Javonte might mess around and be the best running back matchup of the week if we play it correctly. Yeah. No, man, revenge games always really kind of scare me. I feel like we've had pretty bad luck with revenge games. Dating back to like when Peyton Manning went to Indianapolis and lost. We played against Hackett when he was a coordinator the year after we fired him and we lost. Like those kinds of things, it just hasn't really gone all that well for us. But I'll say this, bro. I was very happy that the Broncos moved on from Javonte Williams, but in the same breath, I'm very happy for Javonte Williams that he's playing really well. Because for me, it was always like heartbreaking to see Javonte kind of become the shell of himself here and struggle like he did here in Denver. But a great player, great person, man. We knew how good he was before his injury. And to see him really pop off with Dallas and looks really good in the process, it's awesome. And I don't really want to get caught up in like, oh, well, was it a Broncos problem or, should we have kept him and all that kind of stuff? I just think that there's so much to it. A new offense can regenerate you, especially when you're not part of a committee, but you're getting a majority of the touches. He's also an additional year away from that injury, so you never know. You can get better, stronger, healthier. And he fits the run scheme better. They're a really good run blocking team in general there in Dallas. So there's a lot that goes into it. So I don't really get caught up in like, the regret or anything like that. I'm just happy for the dude. I think he's awesome. I think the Broncos shouldn't have the hardest time stopping him this week, but he's not going to be easy. We know the kind of runner that he is, very physical. So let's see if we're up for the challenge. But that's going to be a big key, man. You don't want Dallas to be able to really get any kind of semblance of run game. And I know that sounds crazy because Dak Prescott's playing out of his mind, and he's got really good weapons. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, ridiculous combo. Jake Ferguson's having a hell of a year. So to say that like you want to what's it called? I just completely blanked out. No, I'm saying so like okay, I remember. Sorry, as I gather my thoughts. So basically, like to say that oh, you want to be able to put the hands in the game in the hands of Dak Prescott on that offense, you got to make them one dimensional in some way. But if you allow for them to establish a run game, that's always going to be the thing that wears you out. So try to get them to pass as much as we possibly can and trust that our secondary is going to make plays. But most importantly, trust that these pass rushers are going to be able to get to them because their offensive line is good at run blocking, not necessarily the best at pass pro. We should be able to get a lot of pressures and a whole lot of sacks if we're able to just hold up a little bit in the secondary. So I'm pumped about that. Did you see something real quick? Cool. Let's get to these, man. You guys are awesome. Miller time. Harvey needs more than 2 to 4 carries a game. Look at Javante and Dallas getting 20 plus. Yeah, and second in league in rushing. Yeah, it's hard though too, man, because it's like the big problem is when the Broncos offense is sputtering, you're just not getting a lot of snaps as a team. I mean, if you look at last week's numbers, it shows that we ran more plays and had, time of possession was almost even, but that's just because it was heavily swayed, obviously in the fourth quarter. But really, a lot of these games, it feels like we just haven't had the ball a lot because you're three and out constantly, not being able to have these sustained drives. And a big part of that is because we're not able to get the run game going or we're having very stupid penalties. So, yeah, I agree. I would love to see it. I think it just has to start with getting things going a little bit, getting these guys, getting the offense rolling and getting them more opportunities to be able to feed it. You saw it against the Bengals, right? Where we ran a whole lot more plays than the opponent. Like everybody was eating that game. And then you saw it fourth quarter in Philly. The things started going. So yes, I agree. I'd love to see Harvey get more carries. It's also becoming too much of a tell right now that whenever Harvey's on the field, he's getting the ball. So we've got to be better with that too. I think this is fair to say. I think Harvey is fast, but he's not a smart runner like JK. He doesn't see the holes. I mean, it's a process. First thing, RJ Harvey's a very raw running back. But the second thing, man, is JK's very, very good, especially his vision, his patience, like his ability to kind of I know there's a word for it, but like the way he like kind of waits for the blocks to develop and then be able to hit the hole. Like it's really magical to see, and that there's a lot from that I think RJ can learn from. But the best way he's going to learn and get better at it is if he gets opportunities to do it. And you've seen some of those flashes, but yeah, I mean, J.K. Dobbins is nice. Harvey's quick. It's nice to get him in space, but again, RJ is the kind of guy that when he breaks past that first level, he can make a linebacker miss and go. So I want to see that explosive nature added. Definitely would like to see him. Oops. Wish we got Demetrius Knight. I kind of like Demetrius Knight. I got a little bit colder on him. I think he's been struggling quite a bit though in the NFL. If I'm not so far, but obviously he's a rookie linebacker. But I did like him. Gunnar Helm, I was decently high on. Again, I love Deronde Gatson. I thought Gatson was a stud. There was so many tight ends. I was very bummed that we did not tap into the tight end draft at all. But Kenyon Sadiq, I'm sure Andy would be a big fan of that. So Kenyon Sadiq sounds like somebody that I think. There you go. There he is. Please trade up for Kenyon Sadiq. So that would be really interesting. But yeah, I was bummed that we completely punted at the position because as you can see, I mean, it wasn't just a top heavy tight end room. It was a tight end room that you were able to get guys in the second round, third round, fourth round, in the later rounds that are really good, that are showing a lot of promise. Harold Fannin, another guy that I loved. Felt like he's a beast. And he's been so good in Cleveland. He's been utilized well. I think he's got a crazy high floor. So there's just guys out there making plays, man. And yeah, it was very unfortunate that we decided to not double dip at running back or get one of these tight ends. Instead, we went for a basketball player and a punter. So, but it is what it is. That's old news, I guess, is all you can say. So yeah, man. But I'm excited for the draft already. Like I was going back and watching some of my draft videos and trying to put things into like different playlists and stuff on the channel. what a fun time of the year that is too. Like the season is always the best, obviously, but that's the cool thing about the NFL is that the off season is really fun too, man. Really, really fun with free agency and the draft, and the lead up to those is always the most fun. It's always the anticipation leading up to those things. So yeah, man. But anyways, hopefully the Vikings can kind of get their stuff together and find a way to get back in this game and maybe steal a win. I don't think it's necessarily going to happen. Chargers look good now that they got their tackles back as well. That's going to be really helpful. But we'll see how this game goes. But super pumped for the Nuggets tipping off tonight. I don't know if all you got any of you guys in the chats are Nuggets fans, but I think the Nuggets are going to be a problem this year. I think they're going to be the best team in the West. I love everything that I'm seeing and hearing coming out of that building. They finally got rid of Michael Porter Jr., which was miraculous. That not only did they get rid of him, but they got a player like Cam Johnson in return, and then obviously were able to sign, 3 or 4 very quality players. Jonas Valanciunas, who's a stud. Obviously, Bruce Brown is back. So you gotta love some of the things that we've done there as well, man. I think this is gonna be a really good team. Jamal Murray seems kind of motivated. Apparently, he's in unbelievable shape. I'm actually excited to see how it looks because I haven't really watched the preseason. But yeah, this team's gonna be a problem, man. This team's gonna be really, really good. They got Tim Hardaway Jr. too. But yeah, super excited. Like I said, love the depth. Love the fact that they got a completely worthless player like Michael Porter Jr. out. And I agree with you, man. Nuggets are winning it all. Winning it all. And just like Andy said, he already got 250 players with solidified grades. I'm telling you, this guy's the hardest working man in the draft community. And so go show him some love. But yeah, regarding the Nuggets, I'm right there with you, bro. Like, I'm excited to see this team, but I'm excited to see how they evolve, right? How David Adelman utilizes different lineups. I think it's going to be one of those years where you're probably going to see Joker's numbers go down a little bit. Like he was so dominant but he was also so dominant because he was playing so much minutes, 37 minutes a game. I think is what he was averaging, something crazy like that. So in an ideal world, he plays closer to 30 minutes a game. Because you got, Jonas Valanciunas that can come in and give quality minutes. So super excited to see how this team plays. I think they're going to be really, really good. And, the Avs are looking good too, bro. Like this is a really unique time in Denver sports. The Broncos are an ascending team. They have, we're going to see ultimately if the Super Bowl window is open or not, but that's kind of the next step that everyone feels like they can take is to at least become a contender. I'll get that. I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty excited about that McConkey touchdown because I got him in all my leagues. But anyways, and then the Avs look good. Like they're one of the Cup favorites. The Nuggets look good. They're one of the favorites for the championship. So, man, talk about a trifecta. We were able to do that. So that would be amazing. But anyways, y'all, we've been going about for 25 minutes now. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Maybe I'll start doing this once a week for sure. I might do it on different days, but I really love the idea of just kind of connecting with you guys. And I know the more we do it, the more we'll get in. But we had a couple dozen of y'all in here at one point. So appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Enjoy the rest of Thursday night. Again, pray for a miracle from the Vikings, and we'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.